Okay, so one of the best ways to learn is from real-world examples and examining what other successes have done and try to mimic and improve upon what they do. And so up to this point, we've seen a lot of trends, a lot of statistics, a lot of energy showing that social media is going to be successful. And today we're just going to take a step back, and I've picked 5 different companies throughout the world that are actually successfully implementing social media. And I'll just give an overview of each of those companies right now. So the first company is based out of Palm Springs, Florida, called the Equine Practice, Inc. And what they do is they do horse dentistry. And their primary tools that they use are a blog, Twitter, and primarily they focus on Facebook. And some of the results that they've received from Facebook in the last year alone is they've generated over 100 leads, and he's generated 10 to 15 solid customers. And Jeff Tucker, the owner, he just mentions that people do business with people they're friends with, period. And Facebook is a great way to get to know people. And Facebook allows people to see that he is a real person and not just a business. And so Jeff is definitely using Facebook successfully. The link to his Facebook profile page is given in the resources, and we'll examine that further. The next company I'd like to bring up is about as far from horse dentistry as you could imagine, and it's Steelmaster Buildings based out of Norfolk, Virginia. And their primary tools are Facebook and Twitter, and they've discovered two things, primarily resulting from sharing pictures on Facebook. And the first one is that they found that photos of their customers' buildings that they had purchased, if they shared those photos on Facebook, then it's a good way to engage existing customers. And also related to this is that Facebook, in sharing pictures, was allowing Steelmaster Buildings to get involved in industries and get involved with customers that they would have never imagined in the first place, such as chicken farmers and woodworkers. Primarily, those two demographics don't normally consider steel buildings, but because friends and colleagues of the woodmakers and the chicken farmers, their friends and colleagues were sharing pictures on Facebook, they themselves became interested and started to consider Steelmaster Buildings as a potential company to work with for their needs. And one of the quotes that Michelle Wickham mentions, she's the director of marketing at Steelmaster Buildings, and she just says, it's steel buildings. How's that tie into Facebook at all? It doesn't make a lot of sense, but when we looked at the growth of social media and the growth of Facebook, it's something that Steelmaster Buildings did want to get involved in. And some of their results, like I said, is they discovered those two important applications of sharing pictures on Facebook. The next company is Neenah Paper, based out of Neenah, Wisconsin, and the tool that they primarily use is Twitter. And some of their results is that they discovered that they could start conversations a lot easier on Twitter than they could even in real life. They mentioned that it was becoming harder and harder for them to communicate and have normal conversations with their primary customers being graphic artists, printers, and designers. And Neenah Paper sells premium high-end products, and they were finding it hard to really reach this younger generation, and because they were spending all their time in front of a computer. So they used Twitter to basically start conversation that they were traditionally using just normal phone call or just meet in person conversations to make the sale, but now they're using Twitter to make their sale. What they're doing specifically is they have about 10 sales representatives exclusively on Twitter and meeting new prospects and starting conversations to get them involved with Neenah Paper and the sale of their high-end products. Another example is the Emerson Salon, based out of Seattle, Washington. And their primary tools is really Facebook, Twitter, blog, and the Emerson Studio was started in 2008, and to really separate this salon from all the other salons out there, what the founders wanted to do is they wanted to have a focus, they wanted to have a business focus on the internet. And so from the get-go, this company was founded within the realms of social media, and they have 2 years later have found phenomenal success. Over 75% of their customer base is a result of their social media efforts. One of the founders states, "It's rare for even a walk-in customer to come in and not have read our blog or have not to seen our tweets." And so this salon in Seattle, Washington is having great results with social media. The final company is a tourist shop based out of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, called Feather Your Nest. And the tools that they primarily use are Twitter, Facebook, and their blog. And Gina Drennan, the owner of this company, she just states that, "I've seen our web stats increase, our followers increase, our interactions increase, and most importantly, our sales increase as a result of our social media efforts." And she said it's not just the sales. She says she's made meaningful connections with bloggers and magazine editors that have put her products and her store in front of the mainstream. And she says this huge amount of attention brought forth by the magazine editors and the bloggers is priceless. You can't really put a value on it. And she states here that at least half of the national press that Feather Your Nest has received has come from these connections that she made while interacting and putting her company out on social media. So there you go, five real-world examples. The real-world links are going to be provided in the resources. So I hope you enjoyed today's lessons, and it really is exciting to see legitimate, honest businesses rocking the social media space. Have a good one.